What's going on, guys? Hey, so figured I'd do a quick review here on a 2024 Wolverine X2 1000. I'm gonna cut right to the chase because I've seen a lot of videos and a lot of talk online. This machine is not as loud as people are saying. I don't know if, they haven't been in the game that long, or, you got a lot of bigger channels out there, not going to mention any names, that say the same thing, that, oh, it's loud and blah, 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 blah. It's really not, guys. I mean, if you've been riding for a long time, it's nowhere close to being as loud as a Terex, which is just absolutely obnoxious. If you go back and look at some of my other videos, you can see that I own a couple of those. Absolutely loved them, but I literally sold them because they were so loud. This machine's not even on par with that. It's quieter than a KRX 1000, which I've owned. I would put it on par with, oh, I don't know, maybe my Maverick Trail 1000 that I had. It's really not that loud. I mean, don't get me wrong. You put it in sport mode and you get down into the skinny pedal, and it gets loud. But if you're just like on the trails cruising 15, 20, 25 mile an hour, you can still talk to your passenger. So don't be deterred by everybody saying that it's loud and obnoxious. I don't think that it is. Anyway, let's get on with the machine itself. So I actually bought up my first Polaris. Absolutely loved that machine. Even though it was a Polaris, I had issues with it right off the bat. Then I had more of an issue with the dealership warrantying it, but they did. I don't really have anything bad to say about it. It was a great little machine, but these things came on sale here in Ohio for $12,299, and I just couldn't pass it up. Went and took one for a test drive. Absolutely loved it. Now, if you guys go back in some of my other videos, you can see that I actually had the 850 X2 as well. I absolutely hated that machine. Honestly, I felt like it was cheap. It was slow. I don't know. A lot of people love them. I absolutely hated it. I just felt that everything on that machine was cheaply built. Yamaha's quality, in my opinion, had went to total shit. Just with everything on the machine. It was real chintzy build, I thought. None of the body panels matched, and it was just gutless. I didn't care for it at all. So when I made the jump to this one, I was really impressed. When I went and looked at it at the dealership, Yamaha's definitely stepped their game back up. Now mine were, when I bought my X2s, they were right around COVID time, so maybe that's why. I don't know. I'm not slamming Yamaha. I'm just slamming the machine, I guess you could say. This thing's a totally different beast. I mean, it shits and gets, guys. It's got about all the power you would need. I ride on the East Coast over here in Ohio, and I don't really see much need for any more of a machine. I'm not a pure sport guy. I went that route with the KRX 1000 and the Maverick Trail 1000. Just didn't care for them. Wasn't my cup of tea. To each his own. I kind of like, things a little more on the utility side. I guess this thing can't really be used for a whole lot of utility, but it still can. It has a bed on there. It's got some tow capacity. You can hook a winch up to it. You can pull your trailer around. That trailer right there is a little bit much for it, but it'll still pull it. So, yeah, I mean, guys, you can't go wrong with it. I'm really happy with the machine. It's definitely not even remotely close to being an 850. It's bigger. It's got bigger tires, bigger engine. Obviously, from my understanding, it's basically just a tiny version of the R-Max. I'm not a big fan of the really huge machines. When I bought this one, I had the option to buy the XTR, which was also on sale here in Ohio, and I want to say that the price was $14,900 or $15,900. I'm not 100% sure, but it was like $5,000 off, like this one was. I can't get into the black and gold color, black and tan, whatever you want to call it. I don't like that. I don't like anything black for off-road use. It just scratches super easy, and then you can see it. And I'm not really a big fan of white neither, but I think that the white and black on this really pops. So, that's one of the reasons why I didn't buy the XTR. Now, you know, the XTR, in my opinion, is not worth the extra money that you're paying for it. Yeah, it comes with a winch and a roof, and comes with some soft blue lights and a couple other things like, you know, automotive painted plastics and stuff like that, but I couldn't justify the price. I bought this one, I bought the roof for it, which at the time was, oh, let's see, I got 20% off. I think the roof was $400 and I got it for $300. And then I bought the VRX 4500 winch with the synthetic rope. And I did get Yamaha's, hey, there's my chickens, that's chirps, my one rooster. And you'll hear all the other ones in the background. It's kind of annoying, I know, but I'm trying to work through it. But I bought the VRX 4500 with the synthetic rope, and I bought Yamaha's wiring kit. Now, for all you guys that are doing your own winch installs, just so you know, it took me quite a while to figure this out. Maybe I'm just dumb, but I mean, you guys see my how-to videos. I'm not really a big fan of plug and plays. I had the same issue kind of with Polaris's. Their instructions absolutely suck. So, you know, you're just trying to wing it based off of what some kind of an engineer tells you about things and how it should be done and how it should be put on. Not saying that they're not smart, but the way that they have it was just absolutely ridiculous. So what I ended up doing, guys, is I put my solenoid up here, my winch solenoid. I ended up using the winch wires, the yellow and the blue, and use those for my batteries, and I use the red and the black for the winch itself. The solenoid, there's a wire for the solenoid. This is what I had problems with. Where the handle, let me just go around this way. So when you install this winch, you know, it comes with a remote handle, and you drill it into right here and put your plug through. Well, on the other side of that, there is a wire that comes off of that that's a splitter wire. I don't have the dash off, guys, so I can't really show you, so I'm just going to try and explain it. Anyway, you take these 4 bolts out. There's probably plenty of instructional videos. This one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. You pop this firewall off. Now, the splitter wire, it shows you plugging into one of your accessory ports, which is great. The other wire, the other little plastic plug, says to go to your existing 12-volt power. It took me forever to figure that out, guys. But what it is, it's your 12-volt wire right here. So where your 12-volt outlet is, it comes out behind your firewall, and it plugs into, there's a batch of wires right here with your power plugs, you know, that you can plug your other accessories in. And then there's where your 12-volt comes out, it plugs into. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to unplug your 12-volt. That one end's going to plug into your 12-volt, and then the other one's going to go into your accessory port. It was just janky. I had a hard time trying to figure it out. It took me like a couple hours. I was like, what the hell are these guys talking about? But all in all, it was a pretty clean install. They suggest that you mount, and I don't know how anybody could get their hands down in there, but they suggest that you mount your winch solenoid behind this, drill some holes, and then mount it in here. Well, I'm kind of a firm believer in, you know, try and keep your winch or your winch solenoid up and out of water, especially for you guys that go like creek bogging and anything like that. It's not really what I do, but it's what I try to avoid. But anyway, I thought that was kind of stupid. So, like I said, if you guys are looking for an idea of where to put them, right there's where I put mine. You got some, you know, if you ever need to take your battery out, it's super simple to get out. You just unbolt a couple bolts, and then you just move all your wires out of the way, and it's not a huge deal. Something else, the Warn winch plug and play, or whether it's Warn winch or whether it's Yamaha puts it together, I don't know. But this switch is not backlit. don't like that either. But I mean, it is what it is. So the transmission on this thing, guys, is super smooth. One of the smoothest that I've ever felt. The power steering's great. When you first start this thing up, in case you guys wasn't aware of this either, got a little temperature light on right here. You have to start, when you start this thing up, I'll just show you. It's going to say low right there on the dash. So you want to let this thing warm up until that light goes out. Once the light goes out, you're ready to go. I'm sure that's just for some kind of protective measure, but I've noticed that if you start it up and then try and drive the machine with that low light on and the temperature light still lit up blue, it doesn't seem to want to run right. So there's got to be some kind of protective measure there. That wasn't like that on the 850. At least I didn't think that it was. Plenty of leg room in here. It's got the adjustable, you know, the steering wheel goes up and down. That's great. Didn't do that on the 850. Seats are adjustable. A lot of guys are complaining about these shoulder bolsters. They don't really bother me, guys. I'm 5'10", 200 pounds. And 200 pounds, I'm not, you know, like some fat guy. So I fit in there rather nicely. I bought these, I don't know, what are they? Kevimoto or something like that, mirrors. I got the kit off of Amazon. They seem to be really good. They hold in place nice. The mirror's good and tight. It does not vibrate at all when you're using it. It's got the, you know, obviously it's got the dump bed on it. Yeah, guys, it's a great machine so far. A lot better built than the 850. A lot more power than the 850. I see a lot of guys on the forums talking, just get the 850, it's whisper quiet. That thing it's not, that 850 is not whisper quiet. My Ranger 570 is quieter than that Ranger, or than that Wolverine 850. That Ranger 570 that I owned was the quietest machine that I've ever ridden. You guys can see that I've rode quite a few of them. If you look at my channel and watch any of my videos, I've had a lot. This right here though, guys, you know, not being a turbo machine, it's got I think 108 horsepower. It really moves, really gets down and goes. One thing that I'm telling you that you want to get, that everybody's like, oh, I'm kind of on the fence and you're really never going to use it, is you want to get that D mode switch. When I first got this thing, I drove it around for a little while before I bought the D mode switch, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to buy it. I want to check it out and see what it's about. That D mode switch is priceless. You got to get it, guys. If you're going to get one of these machines, you got to put that D mode switch on there. Trail mode is, to me personally, it's not existent. I'm either in crawl mode or I'm in sport mode. I use crawl mode when I'm basically doing stuff around my house or down at my property doing stuff, and as soon as I hit the gravel roads down at my property, it goes into sport mode. And let me tell you something, guys, it totally changes the characteristics of the machine. The only thing that I'm having a problem with since I've got this, one of these tires has a flat spot in it that will not work itself out. So I'm most likely going to have to get a new set of tires. Called the dealership. They didn't really seem to want to work with me a whole lot on it. So it is what it is. I got a good price from them. But anyway, guys, I just wanted to give you a quick run through. In my opinion, there's going to be a lot more videos of this machine because out of everything that I've owned so far, I actually really like this machine a lot. I'm going to do some more stuff to it. I'm going to get the A-arm guards. I'm going to get the rock sliders. And I'm under the impression, I'm not 100%, but this is the same bed that comes on the R-Max. So I want to get the luggage rack for the back. And that's really about it. I'm not really a windshield kind of guy or anything like that. I might get one for the wintertime. Most likely it'll be through Super ATV. They have a pretty decent window from what I hear that's relatively priced right. The ride on this thing's super nice, cushy. You can adjust the shocks. I personally haven't changed anything from the factory. To me, it rides great. as it came out of the came off the showroom floor, so I won't be changing a whole lot on the settings. Maybe if I take it down to Hatfield, McCoy, and do some more aggressive riding or something with my buddies, I might, but outside of that, it's going to stay the way that it is. You know, all my friends have Can-Am Maverick R's and, you know, super fast sport quads, you know, that they ride around. I personally think that this will do just fine keeping up with them in the trails, if not taking over. You know, I'm not saying I'm going to blow them away on the fire roads, but I think that this thing is small and as nimble as it is, I can definitely take them in the trails. But anyway, guys, I just wanted to do a quick walkthrough and tell you a little bit about the winch install. And yeah, keep your eyes open. I highly recommend this machine if you can get your hands on one. I know the 2025s, they're pretty much all black. Even the XTRs, from what I've seen, and the R-Spec, I'm pretty happy and content that I got the white model. It's not going to show a whole lot of scratches from the trees and stuff. But yeah, guys, I would definitely say if you're on the fence about one of these, 100% go check one out. And if you've been riding or you've been in the off-road game for a little while, everything that you're hearing about these things being obnoxiously loud is not true at all. Especially when you're in the crawl mode, just putting around. I mean, even when you're in sport mode, if you're just, you know, cruising 15, 20, 25 mile an hour, which, let's be honest, most of the time, if you're in the trails, like anything technical, you're going to be going 5-10 miles an hour anyway, guys. You know, if you're the type of people that go out and trail ride like down at Hatfield, McCoy, and you're running 40, 35, 40, 45, 50 miles an hour, it's going to get a little bit loud. But I mean, for normal trail riding, at least over here on the East Coast, it's not that loud. And I think that you guys will really enjoy the machine, so you should check one out. All right, guys, take care.